在雨夜里飘落下，黄的花，白的花，大雨的花使我想起了他，就像是含笑的他。为了什么总把头追下，默默地不说一句话，见他泪下，见他不说话，真叫我放不下。在深夜里明月下，有几朵含笑的花，含笑的花使我想起了他，他的笑眼里像彩霞，只有他的笑叫我常牵挂，深深的一笑像朵花，见他含笑，见他不说话，真叫我心牵挂。为了什么总把头追下，默默地不说一句话，见他泪下，见他不说话，真叫我放不下。
Much more punch to the friends. User track player.
User track player. Dinner time. Now it's time for 6 p.m. The time now is say why party here. Dinner time. Dinner time. Dinner time.
星星很少，不知道它们跑哪去了。赤裸裸的天空，星星多寂寥。我以为伤心可以很少，我以为我能过得很好。直到一想你，思念苦药，无处可逃。想念你的笑，想念你的外套，想念你白色袜子和 我的寂寞朝着心头绕。我以为伤心可以很少，我以为我能过得很好，谁知道一想你，思念不要，无处可逃。想念你的笑，想念你的外套，想念你白色袜子和你身上的味道。我想念你的吻和手指淡淡烟草味道，记忆中曾被爱的味道。想念你的笑，想念你的外套，想念你白色袜子和你身上的味道。我想念你的吻和手指淡淡烟草味道，记忆中曾被爱的味道。难道真的可以忘了吗？不闻不问不想他，难道真的从此没牵挂？除非自己变傻瓜。如果不曾紧紧拥抱过，感触不会特别多。交换过承诺，也没什么话好说。花花世界太多诱惑，缘起缘灭又能代表些什么？灯桥路过，留下线索，谁能单身一切从未发生过？假如当时他说声爱我，究竟我会怎么做？假如当时有一点脆弱，该是怎样的结果些什么？灯桥路过，留下线索，谁能单身一切从未发生过？假如当时他说声爱我，究竟我会怎么做？假如当时有一点脆弱，该是怎样的结果？
User track player.
User track player.
Traffic update.
In the direction of Anson Road towards Chinatown intersection, the side of Mount Faber exit, Telok Balanga towards Serangoon Road exit, the direction of Bangkok-Ulan Road intersection, the side between Paya Lebar exit, after Potong Pasir, Pace your wrist. There are many cars at the exit. The car broke down before the direction of Admiralty.
After the Sunjai Jidong exit, please drive carefully after Boonlay heads in the direction of Jurong. There is also an accident before the intersection of Hillview Avenue towards Upper Bukit Timah and the traffic jam occurred.
User Track Player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately, you can buy the right one. Please log on youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
6:08 p.m.
User Track Player Time Report is brought to you by Cultex. Cultex Go. Our stations may get busy sometimes, and that means physical payments can create congestion at the cashier area. As we continue to practice social distancing, we strongly encourage all drivers to make contactless payment via our Cultex Go app, only at Cultex.
Music, talk, news. On User Track Player.
User Track Player.
Notice the traffic just keeps getting worse? Is your commute taking longer and longer because of traffic jams? It's not your fault. It's someone else's. Tired of watching people on the bus earn special privileges by traveling in a bus-only lane? You can vote to change the future of traffic in San Andreas. Vote yes on Proposition 602. By opening up the bus lanes and paving over train routes, you'll fly across town. People don't have a right to cheap transport. The Constitution is very clear on this. Remember, it's only a small step from mass transit to communism. Proposition 602. Vote yes. It's all about you.
Life isn't about money or your job. It's about having good friends, a nice car, and nailing as many women as possible. That's why I choose Bouche Cologne. The name Cologne stems from the Roman Empress Agrippina, who'd sleep with anyone. I know. I did. And I'll sleep with you too. God, I love myself. I smell great.
Bouche Cologne. Get your sperm swimming. I'm hungry for something different.
Zebra Bar. Get the fever. It's the candy bar that's fun to try. It's half smooth white milk chocolate, and the other half is deep dark chocolate.
Wow, it's enormous.
How about cream filling?
That too. Put it in your mouth.
Yes.
For whichever side you crave, pick up a Zebra Bar and let the chocolate melt in your mouth.
User Track Player.
I
的心思又为谁？满天飘落红尘相思泪。
人生无缘，夜夜梦中在徘徊。爱你的心，我永远无后悔。
今生只为你背负爱的原罪，只盼你温柔地拭去我的泪。
我爱你的心，只要有你来作伙，今生只为你爱一回。为你伤过心，孤单万月又一年，不甘离开有你的记忆。
也许在梦里找回前世的相遇，我们的爱伤得太彻底。
为情破开的心，永远有你的影里。
我们的爱残留在梦里，无奈今生相聚又别离，
不愿梦中来离开。我的痴心用一生眼泪还给你。
梦里缠绵，我的心思又为谁？满天飘落红尘相思泪。
人生无缘，夜夜梦中在徘徊。爱你的心，我永远无后悔。
今生只为你背负爱的原罪，只盼你温柔地拭去我的泪。
我爱你的心，只要有你来作伙，今生只为你爱一回。伤过心，孤单万月又一年，不甘离开有你的记忆。
也许在梦里找回前世的相遇，我们的爱伤得太彻底。
的心，永远有你的影里。
我们的爱残留在梦里，无奈今生相聚又别离，
不愿梦中来离开。我的痴心用一生眼泪还给你。
User track player.
User track player.
Traffic update.
At the exit of Chochukang, the car broke down in the direction of Admiralty. Please drive carefully at the intersection of Nickel Highway, before the exit of Sunjai Jidong, in the direction of Bayshore intersection, before SLE is in the direction of TPE.
There is an accident in the direction of Pungal. please in the direction of Salida drive carefully. There is heavy traffic at the Upper Bukittima exit. There are many cars at the PIE intersection, just before the Grange Road exit.
User Track Player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately you can buy the right one. Please log on, youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
The newsletter preview tell now, Singapore to allow up to 5 to dine in from July 12th, gathering size may go up to 8 at any July with 50% vaccinated. Restrictions could be eased further if the situation remains stable and at least half of the population has been fully vaccinated. Larger groups of 5 people will be allowed to dine in at eateries from next Monday, July 12th, as Singapore reopens further following an improvement in its COVID-19 situation and as more residents get vaccinated. Canadian who robbed Stanchart Bank in Singapore gets 5 years jail and 6 strokes of the cane. Canadian David James Roach arriving in Singapore on March 17 last year, after his extradition from Britain. A Canadian man who escaped with more than $30,000 after robbing a Standard Chartered Bank branch in Holland Avenue on July 7, 2016, was sentenced to 5 years jail and 6 strokes of the cane on Wednesday, July 7th. The newsletter is 6:32 p.m. will report in details.
User Track Player newsletter preview is brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric. Mitsubishi Electric Star Mex Aircon gives your excellent energy savings, it's easy to clean, and it's same none of the quietest.
O'Reilly. It's O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Stop in today and check out store-wide savings plus earn double points on over 225 items. It's our way of saying thank you. If you're not already a member, sign up today during O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month. It's fast, easy, and free. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Look, we know that boy's gonna ask again, so let's be ready.
Fine, I'll be him. You ready?
Ready.
Mom, could you hook me up with a GoPhone?
You'll run up the bill, son.
Yo, that's whack, Moms. GoPhone is totally different.
What, it'll only cost me an arm?
Chillax. It has unlimited talk and text.
Seriously?
Word.
Okay, we'll get a GoPhone.
Really? Really? That is the bomb.
Do you even know what the bomb means?
Yes. No.
GoPhone, only from AT&T. With unlimited talk to 65 million wireless AT&T customers, and now unlimited text to anyone on any network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Oh, kids, you look like we're going to another funeral.
Dad, we're bored.
You teach your children a lot of good American values, but have you taught them how to have fun? For family entertainment that doesn't stop, head on over to the Starfish Resort and Casino in Las Venturas. You deserve this kind of fun. Water slides, shooting range, and the kids love the Giggle Dome.
I'm black.
Plus, we've got the hottest gaming in town. Nobody offers you more gaming value. And you'll teach the kids some important life lessons about real capitalism.
Dad, I lost all my money.
You've learned a valuable lesson. Son, it's time for your first lap dance.
Yeah, guns.
Time is meaningless in the land of tomorrow. It's the Starfish Resort and Casino Hotel in Las Venturas. Mom can go all night on the One-Armed Bandits while the kids visit the Little Tykes Pawn Shop.
How'd you do, Charisse? I busted myself and sold a kidney.
That's my girl.
Share the love with your family. The love of money. And the Starfish Resort and Casino has the best buffet in Las Venturas, featuring our world-famous Bacon Trough. The Starfish Resort and Casino. This kind of fun should be illegal.
社会，人人拢艰苦，唔通笑想别人的同情你的不顾。 当初怪我太糊涂，对着别人的脚步，轰动的过去，啥人无？念在黑暗中有沉重的气味，不知何时才会当转去你的身边。夜头向天土公平，甲命运吐一口气，真正的正义伫倒位？我用生命换兄弟的志气，我用自由换青春的无敌。我的爱恨是伤心的记忆，我用欺骗拼出头顶一片天。念在黑暗中有沉重的气味，不知何时才会当转去你的身边。夜头向天土公平，甲命运吐一口气，真正的正义伫倒位？我用生命换兄弟的志气，我用自由换青春的无敌。我的爱恨是伤心的记忆，我用欺骗拼出头顶一片天。我用生命换兄弟的志气，我用自由换青春的无敌。我的爱恨是伤心的记忆，我用欺骗拼出头顶一片天。
散场了，心里还有点舍不得，多感人的戏总会有落幕的时分。假如你不曾认真，就算完美的剧本，也无法考验你的灵魂。风停了，我享受宁静和安稳，已经破了碎的心，难有愈合的可能。于是我情愿牺牲，至少保留点自尊，给自己看幸福的歌声。如果这是一种考验，我有最真实的体验。当爱情只剩一瞬间，该用什么传面字眼？生活里每一句誓言，能不能经得起考验？现实与梦想的差别，我学会如何去分辨。 好的可能，于是我情愿牺牲，至少保留点自尊，给自己看幸福被割舍。这是一种考验，我有最真实的体验。当爱情只剩一瞬间，该用什么缠绵字眼？生活里每一句誓言，能不能经得起考验？现实与梦想的差别，我学会如何去分辨。如果这是一种考验，我有最真实的体验。当爱情只剩一瞬间，该用什么缠绵字眼？生活里每一句誓言，能不能经得起考验？现实与梦想的差别，我学会如何去分辨。
World's first apple cider vinegar gummy. Taste the apple, not the vinegar. Pectin is recognized as an important prebiotic that supports healthy flourishing of the gut flora, ultimately providing a beneficial environment in the gut. Only from Herbal Farm.
Time, brought to you by Herbal Farm. Herbal Farm, the greatest wealth is health. Please call 67490004.
Realizing the situation, believing in the terrace, and pouring into chapters as time consumed me. Use your Track Player newsletter.
Okay, we have newsletter. Singapore to allow up to 5 to dine in from July 12th. Gathering size may go up to 8 at in July with 50% vaccinated. Restrictions could be eased further if the situation remains stable and at least half of the population has been fully vaccinated. Larger groups of 5 people will be allowed to dine in at eateries from next Monday, July 12th, as Singapore reopens further following an improvement in its COVID-19 situation and as more residents get vaccinated. 2/3 of the population will have received at least the first dose of the vaccine by the end of Wednesday, July 6th, and the Multi-Ministry Task Force on COVID-19 expects half of the population to be fully vaccinated by the end of the month. Restrictions could be eased further when that milestone is reached and if the situation remains stable. For instance, the cap for social gatherings could be increased to 8, said the task force. Finance Minister Lawrence Wong, who co-chairs the task force, said wedding receptions for up to 250 people will also be allowed with pre-event testing from July 12th, while gyms and fitness studios can conduct indoor sports and exercise classes for up to 50 people. Working from home will remain the default arrangement, though social and recreational gatherings at the workplace will be allowed for up to 5 people, he said at a virtual press conference. All eligible individuals in Singapore have now been offered vaccination. At the current rate, the task force expects half of the population to have 2 doses of vaccines around the week of July 26, said Health Minister Ong Ye Kung, who also co-chairs the task force. Mr. Wong outlined several measures that the task force is considering. The group size for higher-risk activities like dining in at eateries could be increased to 8 as well if all in the group are fully vaccinated. Otherwise, the group size for dining in will remain at 5 people. Separately, the crowd size could be doubled to 500 people for events such as cinema screenings, congregational worship, MICE, meetings, incentives, conventions and exhibitions, events, live performances, spectator sports and wedding solemnizations, if they are all fully vaccinated. Mr. Wong said the task force is mindful that there could be people who are not vaccinated as they may face adverse effects from the vaccine, or because they are not eligible for vaccinations, for instance children aged 12 and below. Children could be allowed to qualify, but up to a cap. This is because from a public health perspective, the risk of severe illness for children is much lower, he said. Fully vaccinated individuals refer to those who have received both doses of Pfizer-BioNTech/Comirnaty or Moderna vaccine, with an additional 2 weeks after the second dose for optimal protection. Those who have recovered from COVID-19 and developed immunity against the virus would also qualify, but not those who have received the Sinovac jab. In the next phase of reopening, more workers may also be allowed to return to the workplace, based on the percentage of total employees who are fully vaccinated. In this next phase, more workers may be allowed to return to the workplace, based on the percentage of total employees who are fully vaccinated. Mr. Wong said these plans are part of a broader roadmap being worked out by the multi-ministry task force that will cover both measures within Singapore and travel-related guidelines. The minister said there is a good public health basis for differentiated measures to apply to vaccinated people. If you have been vaccinated, you get good protection against the infection and against severe illness, and therefore, you don't need to have such strict measures applied to a vaccinated person or to groups of vaccinated persons. Last month, the multi-ministry task force announced that Singapore's vaccination program will be ramped up, allowing it to set a new target of having 2/3 of its population fully vaccinated by National Day, on August 9th. Following that, the country is expected to gradually transition to the new normal, where COVID-19 will be managed like other endemic diseases.
Canadian who robbed Standard Chartered Bank in Singapore gets 5 years jail and 6 strokes of the cane. Canadian David James Roach arriving in Singapore on March 17 last year, after his extradition from Britain. A Canadian man who escaped with more than $30,000 after robbing a Standard Chartered Bank branch in Holland Avenue on July 7, 2016, was sentenced to 5 years jail and 6 strokes of the cane on Wednesday, July 7. David James Roach, now 31, who fled Singapore soon after the robbery, had earlier pleaded guilty to 1 count each of robbery and moving his criminal gains out of Singapore. During submissions, Deputy Public Prosecutor Marcus Fu called on Deputy Principal District Judge Luke Tan to sentence Roach to 6 years jail and 9 strokes of the cane. Roach's lawyer Anand Nilashandran asked for not more than 4 years jail, stressing that his client was not armed with a gun during the robbery. Judge Dan, who said Roach had committed daylight robbery in a brazen manner, sentenced Roach to 5 years jail and 6 strokes of the cane. The court earlier heard that Roach had approached the bank cashier during the robbery with his right hand in a bag that he placed on the counter. His action, coupled with a handwritten note with the words, "This is a robbery, I have a gun in my bag," caused the cashier, who was pregnant, to fear for her life, and she complied with his instructions on the note. According to previous reports, Roach took a flight out of Changi Airport a few hours after the robbery. He was tracked via security footage and DNA from the room where he was staying. A bank ticket stub revealed his identity. Roach's conviction brings to a close a long saga during which he ended up behind bars in Thailand and was later detained in Britain, where he fought a legal battle in a bid to escape extradition to Singapore. In a previous joint statement, the Attorney General's Chambers, AGC, and Singapore Police Force, SPF, said that Roach was arrested in Thailand later in July 2016. He was then sentenced to 14 months jail in Thailand for violating money laundering and other Thai customs laws after he was deported from Thailand on January 11, 2018. Roach was detained in London, at Singapore's request, while en route to Canada. The Thai government had earlier rejected Singapore's request to extradite Roach as the two countries did not have an extradition treaty in place. Roach escaped with over $30,000 after robbing the Standard Chartered Bank branch in Holland Avenue on July 7, 2016. Roach was extradited to Singapore from Britain in March last year and charged in court with robbery and money laundering. He finally arrived in Singapore on March 17 last year. He had appealed multiple times to the British High Court to reverse the decision to extradite him to Singapore, said the AGC and the SPF in their joint statement. Singapore had to reassure the British government that Roach would not be caned if he were to be convicted of robbery, which is an offence that comes with mandatory caning here. British laws prohibit the authorities from extraditing someone without such an undertaking. Britain abolished caning for criminals in 1948. The Straits Times had reached out to the AGC and Singapore's Ministry of Home Affairs on matters pertaining to Roach's sentence on Wednesday. Newsletter has over. For more information, please log on to this website at 8world.com/ and use more details.
User track player. User track player.
Weather report.
Okay, this weather for today at the thundery showers at Singapore on 7th of July, 2021 on Wednesday for 1 p.m. to 9 to 34. It's 25 and 33 degrees.
User track player weather report is brought to you by SPC. SPC Levo formulated with advanced friction reduction technology. The improved SPC Levo petrol provides a smoother and more responsive drive, giving you greater fuel savings. SPC keeps getting better.
User track player.
User track player.
Traffic update.
Traffic update. There is the direction of CTE, Chinatown toward Geylang intersection, City Hall exit, Beach Road intersection, please drive carefully, KJE intersection, Orchard intersection before the car broke down.
Accidents occurred at Novenu intersection and Woodlands exit. Please drive carefully. There is heavy traffic at the McPherson exit, before the North Bridge Road exit, and in the direction of the Bidok intersection.
User track player traffic update is brought to you by Volkswagen. You can buy a car. Fortunately, you can buy the right one. Please log on, youcandobetter.sg for more details.
Volkswagen, das Auto.